one product listing. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. So if they can have success with a one product store, well, then why do you need 1,500 products? Yo. This is Chris Blair. I'm sorry about the previous video. Just something cut out on the internet. It was really weird. So I want to talk about something really, really important. And that is, the fact that less is more. And I'm going to go into what I mean by that. There's a lot of elements to this concept of less is more when it comes to ecom. And I think a lot of people are doing things wrong. And it's leading to their failure. And I'm watching this failure and the money being spent, the time wasted. And it upsets me because it doesn't have to be that way. It doesn't have to be that all these people try Ecom or Shopify or Shine On or Gear Bubble and don't succeed. It doesn't have to be that way, right? You can absolutely have success with Ecom, right? But you need the right guidance. And there's so much mistaken beliefs and information out there. And in this video, it's going to maybe be a little bit longer than normal, but I'm going to really dig into this concept of what I call less is more and why this is such an important concept and how this applies to so many aspects of ecom. Okay. There's so many aspects of ecom where less is actually more. Okay. All right. So let's start with a Shopify site. And by the way, I'm guilty of this too on my previous Shopify sites or the sites, that I've run or been involved in, right? And I need to be more disciplined of this as well. So tons of products on these websites, just a shitload of products. That's not so good. And the reason why is when someone comes, say your site it's been around for a while, you're getting Google search traffic, right? Or people come from your family business searching through the family, and there's tons of stuff on there that people don't want or don't find interesting. They're going to bounce. They're going to leave. So it's really, really important that you do a site audit on a regular basis and get rid of the products that people are not visiting the page, right? They're not purchasing. Get rid of them. You need a good number of products, but not a bunch of products. You need a good number of high quality products that people have shown real, genuine interest in. That is much better. In fact, there's all these websites that I see out there nowadays with one product listing. One product listing. That's it. Nothing else. Okay. So if they can have success with a one product store, well, then why do you need 1,500 products? I personally, there's a variety per niche, but I would say somewhere between 30 to the max 100. Very rarely you need 100 products. Unless you have a store that's with all sorts of different categories, right? And in your niche you're in, there's some reason for that. There's a justifiable reason for that. I don't think you need that. But ideally, 10, maybe 20, 30 products, that is the ideal number. Actually, even less in a lot of cases. So less is more when it comes to products. Okay, let's talk about advertising and testing products, right? Oh man, I can't stand it seeing all these people test 5, 10 products at a time. They're just grabbing shit and throwing it at the wall. They're putting very little time and effort into their products and they're just throwing shit at the wall and hoping it sticks. Again, less is more. One of the reasons why my students and why, guys, I've been around this game since 2013, right? One of the reasons why Custom Cat recommends my private coaching. You think of it, the largest, number one biggest print-on-demand supplier actually recommends my coaching because my students have had success with them over and over and over again. And one of the reasons why we have success is I tell my students this. Don't test 5 to 10 products a day. Test 1, 2, and if you have a lot of time in your hands, 3. Well thought out. Well researched, really thought about, and try to be unique, cool ideas a day. That is so much more powerful than testing out 100 million products at one time. Because if you're doing a lot of products and you're testing a lot of products in one day, you're not putting enough effort into each product, period. You're just not. Think about it. Really think deeply about your products. So guys, I cannot emphasize this enough. We have entire research methods that we use to come up with unique product ideas. But guys, and I can't go into that. Literally, I have to teach that through coaching or through the video courses in my Ecom Vantage course of Mastermind. But I just want to say, look, think deeply about your products. Don't just throw shit at the wall. All right. Now, last thing, thinking that you need to advertise a huge amount of products on Facebook or any other advertising platform. Guys, paid advertising fails for 99% of the products you're going to launch. Guys, you got to get over this mindset. That's the reality. And don't, you have to have this tough mindset to have success with the business, right? I'm not going to lie to you and say this is going to be easy, because you got to have this mindset that I'm going to overcome and keep pushing. Because guys, I have one prototype that I've been selling since 2016, and I'm not the only ones out there doing that kind of thing, right? I've got other products I've been selling since 2017, right? We're talking 5-6 years on one product slogan or expression. And I have 3 of them right now. Okay. And so do some of my other students, right? You don't need a lot of successful products. You just need 1, 2, 3 at the most. And you should be scaling those, right? You should not be advertising tons of products at one time. You cannibalize yourself. It's about scaling the good products. That is what this game's about. Again, less is more. Less is more. All right. This is Chris Blair. We'll see you in the next video. I really want you to have success. I highly recommend you take my private coaching. If you're not taking my private coaching, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, both in mistakes, right, that are costly, right, missed opportunity, and just frustration and your speed of success. If you can't afford my private coaching, I recommend my Ecom Vantage course and Mastermind, Ecom Vantage, vantage.com. And we'll see you in the next video. By the way, you can get started on my course and Mastermind for $100 a month. Okay. If you're into my private coaching, private messaging, and we'll see you next video. Cheers.